Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest XI. So, last time out we finished off with taking on the second trial. I can't remember the name of the trial. What's the name of the trial? It's the Sage's Trial. So yeah, we're done with that one. We've got one more trial to do. But first, we after completing the trial, we unlocked the Black Cup. This is the final raceway, the final horse race. And for this, we actually get a pretty fucking cool item, a pretty cool prize. But we'll see that in a minute. First of all, we've got to win. Of course, on the definitive edition, it is actually a lot easier to win. At least the main race, because of the fact that we've got the golden reins, which allows us to infinitely boost. Fuck. So it makes everything a lot easier, so long as you don't, run into shit all the time like I'm doing. So yeah, you just have to keep moving. Last lap, baby. So yeah, just avoid the pillars and avoid the grey kind of flooring, and you should be just fine. In fact, look, I'm pretty far away from the rest of the pack. So yeah, as long as you don't run into too much shit, you're boosting constantly, then you should be just fine. Shit. And yeah, comfortable. And there we go. Now, of course, you can't use, for the other races, for the races after this, you have to use basically, you can't use the golden reins if you want to get the later prizes, but yeah, they're not really needed. So what we get is the Stuff of Legend, a recipe book, the Stuff of Legend, and heavenly helms and suits of legendary armor. Basically, that's one of the strongest armor sets in the whole game. And so it's well worth going out your way to try and make some of that stuff. So yeah, it's well worth doing. Fuck, it's turned to night. I do like that animation though. It's kind of cool. But we're here in Heliodor because there's another side quest for us to pick up. So basically, he wants us to fight a rare monster called a Hamachi, which is basically a variation of the Billhor, which we can find in a certain place on the island above Hotto. The island kind of above the Hotto steppe. And for that, we get the Apollo's Axe, which, if you're using the axe with Hendrik, it's one of the most powerful axes in the whole game and can really cause a fuck ton of damage. Yeah, shit. So you have to wait until the morning. Okay. Fuck you. I should be allowed in whenever I want. I'm with the princess. Leave me alone. So we're heading to Heliodor Castle. There's a little... it's not really a side quest, it's a little bit of a story section for us to complete. There is this dark figure, this malevolent dark energy that is hanging around the castle, and basically he wants us, it seems as if he wants us to touch the Yggdrasil root. So let's have a look, see what it shows me. I think this is different from the previous, because there was an Yggdrasil route here in the previous timeline, but I think it's a completely different one here. It might be the same, I can't remember.
Why was it always you who got just what you wanted?
So yeah. This is a pretty big fucking hint as to who the dark malevolent energy is.
Tell me why.
So yeah, this is where we see.
Well, no more. I will be second best no longer.
where we get a little bit of more information about
You will outdo me no longer,
Jasper and
This time it is I.
his feelings as to why he turned to the dark side, which we kind of already knew. This is kind of more of a expansion on that. It's you know, showing off, going into more detail onto why he is the way he is, on why he turned to join with the Dark Lord.
And that man Hendrik was doing battle with, could it have been Jasper?
Could it have been?
I cannot say for certain. Yet I have seen that scene before. Somewhere.
Okay. So apparently Hendrik has seen that scene somewhere before. So yeah, basically this little section is basically us following the dark energy. So that basically we can dispel it and put it to, and you know, and
Come, we must go after it.
put the spirit to kind of rest, as it were. So yeah, we just basically have to chase it around for a little bit. Won't take too long. Although maybe it will, considering the time on the part. Yeah, hang on. There we go. So yeah, just keep following it. Here we go. Oh, there he is again. Also, the effect is pretty nice. I kind of like the dark kind of energy kind of effect. It looks kind of cool. It's a bit different than, you know, what you would usually see for standard kind of ghost fare. Or spirit fare, you know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah. Basically, he's seeing the dark energy. And he wants us to follow it. It went into here. Hi. Hi, buddy. What are you doing here? So it's looking at the closet. The dresser, sorry. So there's a passageway. Yeah, this is... We saw this, I think, in the first section. Yeah, in the original timeline. Basically, this is a section... Basically, it leads to the King's Quarters, where Jasper... where him and Jasper tried to enter through. But they think that the energy has gone into Jasper's old room. And it's kind of pointing us to this. The entries are written in neat. Trained in Puerto Vela, he has grown tall and is... But I was no match for him. Yeah, so he went to Puerto Vela to train with Don Rodrigo, and now he's ridiculously strong. And so yeah, I think this is initially where Jasper first feels that Hendrik has kind of surpassed him, and he kind of feels like, you know, the promise that they made together, that, you know, Hendrik has just got so strong that he's kind of, you know, just forgotten about it, and it's just not that important to him anymore. So yeah, he kind of inadvertently... So yeah, it's kind of a case that Hendrik just kind of inadvertently hurt Jasper. Oh right, yes, we want to go to the books as well. So read this left one. The warrior techniques, blah blah blah. And that's another one of Tristan's teachings. So yeah, you need make sure you read that before you leave. The other two I think are not really necessary. So hi. Yeah. That's kind of a nice little moment where Hendrik kind of reaches out to him, and he disappears again.
Since that fateful day, when the darkness first descended and tragedy befell Dundrasil, your home.
I think
Jasper
he was...
and I stood together at the head of the force that succeeded
okay,
in driving
right.
back the
I was thinking that maybe they were
King
still kids
Heliodor.
at that point, but no, they were head of the force that tried to
Little did we No, the man we strove so hard to
hold
protect
back the
had already been
monsters.
possessed by the fiend Mordigan.
And, you know, at that time,
On our return,
Mordigan
His
kind of took
Majesty
over
made
His
me a
Majesty,
general
and
for my deeds
that
day.
led to everything that's happened since.
But I did not rescue him alone. Without Jasper's bravery, all would have been lost. I urged
Yeah.
the king to recognize my old friend.
So yeah, a bit of a revelation here that Hendrik basically tried to,
Jasper was not
you know, he was going
rewarded
to
for his bravery.
try to give
He was ignored.
Jasper
Ostracized.
credit for what had happened and how he
This must have been
protected,
Mordigan's plan all along.
you know, how he
To wound
drove the
Jasper,
dark forces
let
back.
the darkness fester in his heart.
Which is kind of interesting, because this kind of shows that even back then, Mordigan was basically planning to,
Why could I not
you
see
know, he
what
basically sensed kind of the unease and the darkness that was overtaking Jasper's heart because of his,
Jasper's
you know, his envy towards Hendrik. And so kind of the long-term plan was to basically make that rift between him and Hendrik even stronger, so that he could manipulate him into doing eventually what he did. So, yeah.
Come. We must
Again,
see where
it's
it
kind
leads
of
next.
all roads
I
lead
sense
to
there's something
Mordigan
important
fucking
to tell
things
us.
up, basically, for all the people around him. So, yeah. Oh, wonder why I did that. Save. Alright. Hi. So yeah, we've got to continue to follow this prick. He's giving us the runaround a bit here. Okay, this could have taken that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for cutting that short. Fucking hell. So then we head up to the top floor, because we need to follow it out to the balcony. So yeah, he's heading out to the balcony, where we first saw, where we saw Erdwin's lantern kind of fall at the beginning of the final third of the game. Oh, sparkly spot. I think I ignore it. I'm pretty sure I ignore it. Yeah, I do. So yeah. By the way, at this point, make sure you got Hendrik at this point kitted out with darkness resistance accessories, and make sure you got the best weapon and the
We
best
sparred here back when we were
and the
young.
best kind of armor for impossible, because
Jasper, show yourself.
we finally get Jasper finally shows himself. His dark energy and his spirit is finally coming forth.
They say those the monsters take before they've finished their business in this life come back as bitter black spirits.
So yeah, that's what's happened to Jasper. He's come back as a dark spirit.
Like as not.
So yeah.
Why? Why did this happen to me?
It's partly your own fault, you know, buddy. I love this design, by the way. Kind of the golden
I'm
glowing
sensing a
eyes,
horrible, ugly hatred.
and the
Hello,
kind of the,
everyone.
you know, the dark kind of you know, Jasper's form, but completely and utterly dark and black. It's kind of cool.
This is not your fight.
So
I
yeah,
must face him alone.
with this fight, it's going to be Hendrik versus Jasper,
That's not
one-on-one.
the man he knew. It's nothing more than the darkness he left behind him.
A darkness I helped create. A darkness I must destroy.
So yeah,
Alone.
the hero kind of knows. Yeah, Hendrik's got to do this.
Let us bring this to an end. Come, Jasper.
So it's Hendrik that has to take on Jasper. And this is an actual boss fight. You have to win. And I love that they don't go into a battle theme, they play this incredibly sad music. So, yeah.
Jasper,
Just use your most powerful attacks. Try and whittle Jasper's health down as quickly as possible. Yeah, he doesn't... I mean, Jasper, he doesn't really have a lot of attacks. He just basically just attacks you. And just keeps, like, hitting you. And then when you get his health down, he transforms into this form. But again, it's just like, yeah, as long as you're wearing darkness protection, then you should be just fine. The thing is, like, I'm kind of doing this wrong. Basically, what you want to do in this fight is just use your most powerful attacks possible. Because I thought originally you just had to wear him out, like, just bide your time and eventually he will die on his own. But no, you have to defeat him, and it goes down quicker. His health goes down a lot faster if you just use your most powerful attacks, like Parallax, Unbridled Blade, that kind of thing. So, but in all honesty, like, Jasper has more kind of powerful attacks in this form, but he's still pretty...
Jasper, can you hear me?
He's still pretty weak. Yeah, now I start using Parallax. Yeah, so now his darkness is kind of devouring him. And I don't think he will attack anymore. Oh, he will. Yeah, but his attacks are just so weak at this point because he's just basically losing the will to fight at this point.
Your pain ends now.
Bye, Jasper. And defeated. I don't think you get any experience for this fight. No, it's just you know, you just have to defeat him, and yeah, Jasper's done.
Again, you outdo me. Again, you leave me.
Yeah, he still can't let go of that kind of anger and that kind of bitterness.
The more brightly you shone, the more I receded into shadow.
I will say,
Do you know what it was that I always wanted?
This is kind of a sad but sweet moment.
To be.
Yeah, he looked up to Hendrik and he wanted to be like him and be on his level, but he always felt like he was always in his shadow and kind of constantly looked down upon when that was farther from the truth.
It was I who always followed in your wake. I was robbed of my home, my family. I was alone.
Yeah, I kind of like this moment. I think I like this ending a lot better than what happened in the original, in the original timeline. Because in the original timeline, Hendrik did say all this stuff to Jasper, but it was at a point where it was already kind of way, way, way too late. Where the darkness had completely and utterly consumed him. Here, it's Hendrik kind of tells him and is able to bring him back a little bit, is at least able to give his spirit kind of closure.
You are the same sentimental,
which, I really like. I really like this ending between Hendrik and Jasper a lot more than in the original timeline. It works a lot better, in my opinion.
I am indeed a fool, but not for that. For not seeing before it was too late.
Yeah, it's a really nice ending for these two. I think they do a really good job with this.
I could have saved you.
That's something which I think they do a really good job in general with the definitive edition. They give a lot of sections, a lot of stuff that happened and got a form of closure in the original timeline. They just make it better here.
Mine could only blacken in response. And before I knew it, I felt more kinship with the denizens of the dark you battled so righteously. I did with my own kind. The lure of evil grew, and before I knew it, I had passed the point of no return. I saw then what Mordegon saw.
The beauty in the blackness. It's kind of an interesting.
Shed no tears for me. I seek no sympathy.
I kind of like it that he's not, he's just like, I don't want you to cry for me. I don't want sympathy from you. It's just this is how it went, and this is just how things ended up. There was no way around it. It's just how things were always going to be. And like I said, I kind of like the fact that they can get a bit of that they can reconcile in this timeline,
You remember the pact we made as boys?
and they can
Come.
be gone. And then,
It's time we made good on our
so they can actually reconcile and kind of
The
move
two-headed
on.
eagle cannot fly with just one wing. From this day forth, my spirit shall stand alongside yours.
Yeah, this is kind of a cool moment, because this is where Hendrik
We'll never be apart
basically gets a new pep-up power. Basically, it's a team-up with Jasper, which I never actually used in the game. But it's kind of cool that, they've reconciled and now he's kind of, even in death, kind of fighting alongside Hendrik. It's kind of cool. And what we also get is the strongest armor for Hendrik, which, by the way, looks really fucking cool. It's a really cool looking armor. I really like it.
Think of a suit of armor. But then those two always were quite the combination.
Yeah, it's again the message of them being together makes them a lot stronger, which I kind of like.
But know that I have
It's
not
yeah, I love that armor. It looks so good.
No. We shall be your sword, your shield, your unswerving companion.
I don't think Hendrik gets a buff in attack power or anything like that. I think he just gets a new piece of armor and he gets a new what's the word? I guess yeah.
Though it was
Gets a new pep up power as well.
far too long.
Yeah, I was
We are
I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping that we got the sword as well. That's a new powerful weapon, but no, it just kind of stays here now as kind of a remembrance for Jasper. But anyway, we're done with the Jasper stuff now. So in the next part, we're going to be continuing to do more side quest stuff before we continue with the story again, where we're going to be going off to complete the third trial. So yeah, see you next time.